Welcome to week 18. You have reached the Calvin Dean Show, sponsored by TCDS LLC. Welcome to week 18. All right, people. All right. This is Calvin Dean with the Calvin Dean Show. Wow, man. I'm telling you guys, this is a great stuff we got here. We got some great stuff going on. It's week 18, and we still have teams that are fighting to get into the playoffs. Is that amazing? I mean, they are waiting to get into the playoffs, guys. I mean, I have never seen anything like this. This is kind of fun in a way, because usually the last week of the NFL season, you know, a lot of teams are sitting there, guys. Oh, we made the playoffs. That's fine. But now they're all going to be playing because there's no number 2 and number 1 seed. It used to be the first 2 seeds would sit down. You know, they wouldn't have to play the first week of the playoffs. But it's not like that anymore because there's an extra team that's going to be on the playoffs. So only one team gets to sit down for the first week. And so that's really interesting. This is the first time in history of the NFL this has happened. So I just wanted to go over that as well. So it's definitely, this year is the first year of the new rules of the NFL, with the additional week of playing and an additional team personnel that are actually playing in the playoffs. So it gives someone extra. It was just kind of nice. I think 18 weeks. I like the 18 weeks. I mean, I think players do too. They're fine. I mean, these guys are just Adonises, you know. I mean, they're in such good shape, you know, and yeah, come on, one extra game, you know, and a lot of them, you know, sit one or not. A lot of them don't play all, you know, 17 games. They just don't. So, anyway, let's just go over to AFC first. And that's the reason why I'm even going to talk about the playoff hunt, is that it's important. And the importance part about this playoff picture is that the number 1 seed is still up for grabs. It's still up for grabs, guys. The Titans are 11-5. The Chiefs are 11-5. The Bengals are 10-6. Bills 10-6, and the Patriots are 10-6. All 5 teams have made the playoffs. All of them. They all have clinched the playoffs. And literally their records are almost similar. Just think of this one. What happens if the Titans goes into Texans? They played the Texans before this year and they lost. Let's say they lose again. They're 11-6, right? And let's say the Chiefs go into the Broncos Stadium at Mile High, right? It's snowing. It's blowing. And man, the Broncos come out and win. They're 11-6, right? And then the Bengals come out and they beat the Browns, and they're 11-6, and the Bills beat the Jets 11-6, and then furthermore, the Patriots beat the Dolphins, and they would be 11-6. Oh my God, that would be the first time I have never seen. I've been watching football for a lot of years. I have never seen anything like this. This is kind of exciting. This is really exciting, guys. Really exciting. And then there are 2 teams in the hunt, okay? And there are 3 teams that are on the bubble to get into the playoffs, okay? The Colts go into Jacksonville, all right? They go into Jacksonville and they play the Jacksonville Jags, right? Carson Wentz, Mr. Taylor, you know. And it's amazing. The Colts have, mind you, one of the best offensive lines in the NFL. Let's just get that straight. Okay, so the Colts win, they're in. And the next game is the Chargers going into the Las Vegas Raiders in Las Vegas, right? Whoever wins that game is in. Okay, boom. Easy, right? Ah, wow, fantastic. But I did tell you that there were other teams on the bubble. So, and well, one of them is the Raiders. They're on the bubble. So let's just say the Colts lose, the Raiders win, and then it would be between the Steelers and the Ravens. I mean, it would have to be the Ravens would have to win. They'll be 9-8. The Raiders would be in. The Colts would be 9-8, and it would have to come down to some great, play. And I believe the Ravens would go into the playoffs. That's what it would be. I think that's the only scenario that the Steelers or the Ravens would get into the playoffs. And I think if the Chargers win, they're in. Colts lose, and then the Raiders are out of it, and then it would be between the Steelers and the Ravens. That makes sense right there. That makes sense. So, yes, it's exciting, guys. It's exciting. It's exciting. And then the NFC side. Well, of course, the Packers are the number one seed at 13-3, the best. They have the best record in the NFL. And then you have two teams at 12-4. You have the Los Angeles Rams at 12-4, and you have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, last year's Super Bowl winner, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 12-4. And then you have the Cowboys at 11-5, the Cardinals at 11-5, and the Eagles at 9-7. Okay, all those teams I just mentioned are in the NFC. They have clinched for a playoff bid. Okay, now mind you have to understand something. No matter what the Eagles do, if they lose to the Cowboys or even win, they'll still be the 7th seed. So careful, people, on if you're a fantasy lover. Like my ESPN leagues that I'm in, we play until the end of the season. The last, a lot of leagues aren't like that. I don't really. I'm kind of. I mean, I'm winning in all the games. They do how they do it. It's like they go back to back weeks. I kind of like that. I do like that, the way they do that, where you're just not counting on 1 week. You're counting on 2 weeks in a row. I kind of like that, because if I was like that with my one Yahoo team that I played the champion to get into the championship, I think I would have won, But because Dak Prescott, what it was 56 points they scored, and they had the Dallas Cowboys. He had Dak Prescott, the Dallas Cowboys off defense, and come on. Anyway, but so we go into there's 6 teams that are clinched the playoffs. The other team that has not clinched the playoffs, and this is interesting, now the 49ers are playing the Rams. If the 49ers win, if they beat the Rams, the 49ers are in. Nicky's Niners are in if they beat the Rams. Now, or if the Saints lose to the Falcons and the Niners lose to the Rams, the Niners would be in. Do you understand that? Okay. Now, the Saints, if the Niners lose to the Rams and the Saints beat the Falcons, the Saints go in as the number 7 seed. Wow. I mean, number 6 seed out of 7. So, wow. I mean, come on now. That's just fun. So you have to, the reason why I'm telling you all this, all these teams, I mean, the Saints against the Falcons, Saints are going to be playing their minds. They're going to be playing very hard. Same with the 49ers and the Rams. Both teams are going to be playing hard. And the reason why the Rams are playing hard is because they want to keep that number 2 seed. Because, I mean, the Packers are playing the Lions. Now, I don't know how much, they're going to play. I think they might play Rodgers for the first half, and then turn it over. But only if they're really winning. I think they want to go out winning. Because let's say if the Rams win and the Packers lose, both teams are 12-4. They'd be, well, one would be 13-4, and the other would be 13-4. Excuse me. So, what I'm talking about is that the Rams and the Bucks. I mean, that would be so exciting. Think about it. If the Bucks won, the Rams won, and the Packers lose, they would all be 13-4. So that's the reason why all these teams are playing very hard to win on the last game of the season, because they want to keep their rankings. If the Rams keep their rankings to number 2, then that guarantees them to a home game in the playoffs. You understand? So that just guarantees them, and that's key. A lot of these teams are playing for home field. They would love to play that first game at their home field, because they know the next game they'll be playing would be, if they win at the home field, then the Packers would, let's say the Packers win, the Packers would be playing the number 7th seed, which would be the Eagles. And, if all turns out, if, Packers are going to beat the Lions, come on now, and I don't think they're going to allow that to happen. They just want to win the number 1 seed. And the Rams, this is explosive stuff. I love the whole 49ers. If they win, beat the Rams, they're in. Nikki's Niners, if you win, you will be in the playoffs. You'll be in number 6th seed. And the Saints, on the other hand, if the Niners lose, the Saints win, the Saints are in the playoffs. Crazy stuff. And man, I mean, that Saints defense, I think it's the best defense they've ever had in a long, long, long time. I mean, they're playing out of their minds. So, I mean, that's that is scary. That is very, very, very scary. You know what I mean? So let's just get down to it. Let's call some games. How about that? And oh my gosh, just last week, I have to go over last week a little. The Antonio Brown stuff. Wow, you thought I would not talk about that? That's juicy. I mean, come on, man. I mean, now it's his he said, she said type of thing now. I mean, some people are going, we really shouldn't talk to Antonio Brown like that. The coach, told him to F off and told him to leave the field. And then, they're saying, oh, you just don't talk to Antonio Brown like that. He's going to go off, and that he did. So come on, I just don't understand. You have to treat each other, each player with, differently, right? Differently. But come on, man. I mean, he in the locker room. I mean, everyone has, a lot of people have confirmed this report that he was asking, "Where's the ball? Where's the ball?" He wants more of the ball. Now, think about this one. At the end, he talked about how his ankle was hurting and he couldn't go into the game. All right. Now think about this, what I'm going to tell you. All right. Antonio Brown at the end has tweeted out that he was hurting and he didn't want to go into the game because he was hurting. Right. He didn't go in the tent. He wasn't in the tent. Now he had been nursing an ankle, but I'm just saying, what you have to realize is that you just have to realize all that stuff that's going on the sidelines. Now, mind you, if someone's hurt, what you have to understand is that the head coach has earphones on all the time, right? And he's getting updated reports. Oh my gosh, like every 5 minutes, he's getting an updated report. If someone goes into tent, if someone's limping on coming off the field, he needs to know what's going on with that person and if they're going to get back out there. And if they're not going to get back out there, he has to plan on who's the next up in line. And that's how it goes, guys. And that's how coaching, that's how you coach. And it goes to Arians, because Arians is the head coach and he makes the decisions on who, he would say, okay, the offensive coordinator would say, we'll throw in this guy. We'll throw in Evans. Okay, whatever. And then there's, oh, great. Okay, I approve. It goes through, a certain progression throughout. It goes from the trainer, the doctors, the trainers, then the assistant coaches, and to the coach. So he never heard anything about Antonio Brown, about his ankle. All he heard during the halftime was Antonio Brown going off that he wasn't getting the ball enough, And then I guess he was all upset, and then the players calmed him down. Mike Evans is good at that. I mean, they've been good friends, and he tried to talk him down from the cliff, but he just went right over it and waved and said, "See you, everyone. On to the next team." Wow. But it's true in a sense that we all look at this and we can be very critical, right? We can be very critical, and we can say, well, why should, he be treated any differently from all the other players? Because we're strict at this. If you're hurt, tell us you're hurt. You won't be going into the game. If you aren't hurt, we're straight up. But if you're complaining that you're not getting the ball, well, get the F off the field, right? But now, mind you have to understand something. Every person is different. Everyone is. Everyone is not a Antonio Brown, and everyone's not a Tom Brady. They just aren't. So you have to realize that. You have to realize that. And, it's just, I guess you have to handle a person like Antonio with a little bit a different approach. And then he went off. But unfortunately, that sucks, because that's all everyone was talking about, not the amazing comeback that Tom Brady had in the end and won the game. Wow, that was exciting, wasn't it? My brother's New York Jets really played the Super Bowl champs. He played them really tough. Congratulations to the New York Jets on that one, that's for sure. Okay, guys, let's go over this week 18. Yeah. Oh, my God. Week 18's huge, guys. We have the Chiefs going into Denver on Saturday. Now, Kansas City have won 12 straight games against Denver. 12 straight games. I can tell you this, the Broncos backfield, Surtain, I believe the other safety, his name is not right with me right now, but he is out. I know there's two defensive backfields that are out, and Surtain is come on, he's huge. So that's important. That's very important, and I just don't see the Kansas City Chiefs losing this game. I think, you got to look at the stats. The third-ranked offense, come on, man, against the 19th-ranked offense of the Denver Broncos. You got to be kidding me. And, well, the Kansas City Chiefs are 26th in defense. Man, they were 22nd. They were 18th. They were 12th. That's their Achilles heel of their defense. Sometimes they show up, sometimes they don't. And, the Broncos' defense are number 9. Their passing is 19th for the Broncos. Ugh. Teddy Bridgewater's out. Drew Lock's in, and we'll see how he does. I don't know. They're not a big fan, the Denver Broncos, of him. So I don't know if they're going to let him unleash or not, or just try to pound the ball. I think pounding the ball against the Kansas City defense would be the way to go. Get Mahomes off the field, keep him off the field as much as possible. But Mahomes, when he gets on, he's the second-ranked passing in the NFL. So, rushing wise, I mean, the Kansas City Chiefs are getting better. They're 16th, and Denver's noted for that rushing, and they're 14th. So kudos for Kansas City, that's for sure. Kansas City in this game, they're really trying to win they're hoping that the Texans will lose. That's for sure. So both teams are going to be playing really hard. We have the Cowboys and the Eagles. This game now is kind of, because I don't know if they're going to be playing Dak that much. Maybe it might be 2-3 series. I know Pollard's out. Mecca Parsons is out. Diggs is out. They have a lot of guys that are out. Not many, but I mean, and the Eagles too. I mean, the Eagles, who knows who they're going to be. I mean, Howard's out. Sanders. I mean, Boston. It's the whole COVID thing. Man. And so they're out. And I think in this game, you just have to take talent against talent. And even though they have a few Cowboys out, I think they'll be playing Dak. We'll be playing in the first half at least, just to get a little warm. And then they'll take them out. I'm giving the Cowboys in this one over the Eagles in Philadelphia. The next game, you have the Packers and the Lions. Packers are probably going to try to play Aaron in the first half, maybe in the second half too. I don't know. I don't think so. He might be out. He might not even start. Who knows? You don't know about that scenario. But it's every time I think, I'm going to call the Lions. I'm going to call the Lions and be a hero, and then they lose 51 to whatever against Seattle. It's going to be an upset. No, there wasn't an upset. Anyway, last week 11-5, mind you. Okay, that's my picks, and the week before 12-4. So I'm pretty good at this stuff. Anyway, so we have the Packers. Offense is 12th. Yeah, that's pretty good. Their passing is 9th. I think they're very, very even with everything. Even the rushing. I think if they should, they're rushing with Dillon and it's just so good. It's just Dillon's a really good running. Same as Aaron Jones. Him and Aaron Jones, man. I mean, they're both really good running backs. You have the speed and the cut, elusiveness of Aaron Jones, and you have just a guy who just goes in there and just gets into the dirt and goes through people. Dillon. So, I mean, they're going to be dangerous if they use the run to pass. But, Rodgers just loves passing. He just loves the pass, So, I'm sorry. The Packers in this one, Detroit. And the next game we have is it's the Jags and the Colts. This is a very important game for the Colts. Very important game for a lot of teams because the Colts win, they're in. And then it's up to the it's either or. Then that just cuts the Steelers and the Ravens lose. If the Colts win, the Steelers and the Ravens are out of the playoff hunt. Okay, so I just wanted to let you know on that one. So then you have the Colts going into the Jaguars. I fully believe in the Colts. I don't think they're going to lay an egg. I think they're going to win and they're going to be into the playoffs against the Jaguars. That is my lock of the week is the Colts over the Jags. That's definitely. You have the Washington football team going into the Giants and playing the Giants. The Giants have won 5 of the 6 games against Washington. Washington's been pathetic as of late. I just, and same as the Giants, and they're just two terrible teams. You got the number 20th ranked offense, which would be the Giants, against the 31st offense. The 31st offense of the Giants. The almost last offense of the Giants. The Giants, terrible. And the offense of the Washington football team is 20. Washington football team's defense has gone to 27th, and the Giants are at 20. The passing for the Washington football team is 20, and the Giants are 28th. And then the rushing attack for the Washington football team is 13th and 26th. So if you look at both at the statistics wise and everything, you would think probably most likely that the Washington football team would beat the Giants. And I just don't see that happening. So I'm going to call the Washington football team over the New York Giants. The next game would be the Chicago Bears going into the Vikings. Kirk Cousins is going to be playing. I think they're going to be playing a very high octane offense, even though the Bears defense is pretty good. I'm going to give this to the Vikings. They're going to go out winning, and they'll be 8-9. And Minnesota's won 2 of the last 3 games against Chicago anyway, so you just have to you have to roll with the punches. I think the Texans will go out down in Houston and will beat the Houston Texans and will take the number 1 seat. Texans are going to lose. Mills is a good quarterback, like the Houston Texans. He's been really doing well. I've been impressed with him, especially with the talent he has. He's been really good. I think the Tennessee Titans are too big and too good, so they're going to win this game. The next game's kind of like, it's the same. It's at the same time on Sunday, So I mean, they're definitely going to have scoreboard watching with the Colts and Jaguars, and then the Ravens and the Steelers at their same time, and it's going to be in Baltimore. Pittsburgh's won 3 straight games against Baltimore. 3 straight games. It's in Baltimore. Now the thing of it is this: the Baltimore Steelers, they have been doing terrible against running quarterbacks. Look at how Hebert did. He just tore them up. And it's something about the running quarterback with the Steelers. They're just not prepared. And I don't think they'll be prepared on this game. And I'm giving this to the Baltimore Ravens on an upset over the Pittsburgh Steelers in Baltimore, and they'll end up 9-8 for the year. And Ben will go out, unfortunately, a losing game. And I'm so happy that he won the other night. I mean, I had predicted that game before all the COVID stuff. So if I knew what was really going on, I would have called it in the Pittsburgh Steelers. Unfortunately, COVID's been really damaging, and everywhere, not just, the NFL. I mean, the NHL and, a lot of schools, the Chicago schools the kids are back home again, learning from home because of the outbreak. It's tiring, isn't it? Anyway, let's look at another game. It's the Bengals and the Browns. The Browns season has ended, and Baker Mayfield is going, I guess he's having his operation right now. He had been broken. He had I think a broken labrum of the shoulder. He's just, he was playing with a broken, fractured, bone in his body. That's pretty gutsy. I'm sorry, guys. You can say how much maybe he stinks or whatever. Yeah, he didn't do as well, but he was, he stepped up. Just think. I mean, you think Cam Newton, when you get a little toe ache and he's out, or not Cam Newton. Cam's kind of, he's tough, but a lot of other quarterbacks aren't. So hats off to the Cleveland Browns going 7-9. It's terrible. I think it's going to be a good game. I don't know if Mr. Burrows is going to be playing because he hurt his knee last week. If you looked at that game, and that's a worrisome thing. Hopefully he's okay. So I'm calling the Bengals over the Browns in this one. That's pretty easy. This next game's Nicky's Niners game. Nicky's Niners, man. The 49ers against the Los Angeles Rams at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles. Oh, my God. This is the 125 game. This is it, man. This game is it. Meaning the Niners win, they're in. And the Rams are playing for that second seed. They want, they want their first game at home. So and the San Francisco 49ers have won 5 straight games against the Los Angeles Rams. And then now they don't know if Jimmy G is going to start or not. I believe he told everyone that it was going to be a game time decision. Wow. Wow. I mean, Jimmy G is good. I like Jimmy G. And I don't think they have much of a chance against the Rams if Jimmy G doesn't play. I believe that. I don't think Lance is ready yet. I don't think he is. This is an interesting game. San Fran has won 5 straight. I think they have their number. They just start running the ball through their throats, and that's how they beat the Rams every single time. It's smash mouth football. Smash mouth football. That's what the San Francisco 49ers play. I mean, look at Kittle. He gets the ball, and all he wants to do is smash people. Just hit them as hard as possible and keep going and run right through them. Impressive, huh? Impressive. I'm telling you. This is going to be a really tough game. It's a tough game to call. It's an either or. Nicky's Niners, my cute little friend Nikki up in San Francisco, and then against the Los Angeles Rams. Of course, I live in Los Angeles, and the offense for the Niners is 10th, and the offense for the Rams are 6th. The defense for the Niners are 4th. 4th, guys. Wow. I told everyone that. I said, these Niners they're deep, and they are good. And the defensive for the Rams is 16th. They're 12th in passing for the Niners and 5th in passing for the Rams. And, I mean, hello, Matthew Stafford. But, he's scary because, he made some bad errors in the beginning, like a pick 6 against Baltimore, and he was just not on. He would rather go deep and then hitting someone underneath. And, he's just he has that mentality. But I think he'll get it. And when Matthew Stafford gets hot, watch out. He's dynamic. So, Matthew Stafford, hats off to him. And, Jimmy G, 12th in passing. And then you have the rushing, it's 7th. 7th for the Niners and 24th for the Rams. So there you go. Right there is something to look at. That is definitely something to look at, That is, that's where the Niners always beat the Rams. They just drive it down their throats. And, they just do. That's just what they do. The last time they met was this year, November 15th, and the 49ers killed them 31-10. Wow. So they just have their number. They just have their numbers. Nicky's Niners has the number. They're going to be 6-0. They've won 5 straight. They're going to win their 6th straight. The 49ers are going to make it into the playoffs by beating the Rams in Los Angeles. And that is definitely going to be a great game to watch. one of the best games. Then you have the Buccaneers playing the Panthers. I don't know how. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers 405.8 total yards per game this season, the most in the NFL. They have a total of 400 yards per game this season, the most in the NFL. Wow. And I'm going to give this one to the Bucks over the Panthers in Tampa Bay. My cousins, they're big Tampa Bay fans. Mr. Bach. Anyway, you have on Sunday. Now, this is going to be my upset special. I'm calling the Seahawks over the Cardinals. I think Russell Wilson will light it up. And I think he lit it up last week. I think he's going to light it up again. Penny is just running out of his mind. They're coming on at the end. Now Arizona's won 3 out of the last 4 games against Seattle, but I think that they're going to the Seattle Seahawks are going to pull this one off, and they are going to be upset. My upset special is the Seattle Seahawks over the Cardinals. We have the Patriots going into the Dolphins. They don't do well. They're 9-12. In the road games versus Miami since 2020. So last 21 years, they're 9-12 at, in the Miami Dolphins. So he doesn't really do that well in Miami. So, you have 9-12 on the road games, Belichick, the last 21 years. They just have a hard time in Miami. I don't know. This year, Miami's, they faltered last week. I think they're going to falter again. I think the Patriots over the Dolphins in this one. It's in Miami. Well, this one, the next game, the Saints and the Falcons, it's not going to matter much, especially after the 49ers beat the Rams. The Saints will beat the Falcons. They'll try to win their own destiny, but it'll be too late. And mind you, if the 49ers lose and the Saints win, the Saints are in. So there you go. The next game, you have the Bills hosting the New York Jets. That's an interesting one, right? Because the Jets, they put a scare into Tampa Bay last week. And Tampa Bay's a great team. And so is the Buffalo Bills. They're in Buffalo, the Jets, they're traveling. I don't know how much Buffalo will be playing their guys. The Jets could win this game. If the Bills, what they put out there. I think the Bills will win just because, they have that, that chip on their shoulder. And I think that, they want to win, mind you. You have to wonder, because if the Bills lose to the Jets, right, and the Patriots win, then the Patriots win their division. You understand that? Okay. And then the Bills go down in the line of the when it comes to the wild cards, So they want to win. They want to win. The Bills got to win. The next game is the last game. It's the Sunday night game. And it's the Chargers and the Raiders. Wow. The Chargers and the Raiders. The last game of the day is the most exciting one. Because whoever wins this game is in. Wow. The Raiders win, they're in. Los Angeles wins, they're in. Wow. You can't get better than that. The last game of the season. Last game of the regular season. Here we are. We got the Los Angeles Chargers going into Chi-Town. Yeah. Sin City. Las Vegas. The Las Vegas Raiders. Yeah. This is going to be a fun one to call, guys. Wow. The way Carr's been playing lately, but then Hey Bear, you got the 4th ranked offense in the Chargers against the 11th ranked offense of the Raiders. You got the 23rd ranked defense of the Chargers against the 13th ranked defense of the Raiders. You got the 4th ranked passing, which is all Hebert. Oh my God, the guy's amazing. And he's a good runner too. And then you have the passing for the, you have Carr. He's 6th. He's no schmuck. He's 6th. But they have the 29th rushing offense in the Raiders. That's their Achilles. And the rushing for the Chargers are only 20th. So I don't think either one of these teams will go far in the playoffs, even if they win. But it's hats off to either one of them if they do make the playoffs. It's just that what you have to realize is that the Raiders got some great stats up until the rushing. And if their rushing was 15, 12, 15, something like that, then they'd be very, very dangerous. Very dangerous. They got a great team. They're good defense. You can't run against them. I don't know how much run the Chargers want to do, especially with Hebert, right? So this is going to be a good game in Las Vegas. Wow. Las Vegas. The Las Vegas Raiders against the Los Angeles Chargers. This is a toss-up game. This is one of the toss-up games. The Raiders have been just notorious in just winning when, these games that are just out there. The last time these guys met was this year, October 4th, and the Los Angeles Chargers beat them at home 28-14. So, but now, I think each team is different. I don't know about the Chargers. They just don't. I liked them all year. I really did, and I thought, they were pretty good. They're really good, actually, very good. Hebert is really, really good. But then you have Carr, and he's a little bit more professional. He does go. He can throw the deep ball. He can throw the deep ball. So don't even think twice about that. They're both 9-7. That's for sure. So what we're going to do right now, right this instant, yes, it will be the Las Vegas Raiders over the Los Angeles Chargers. The Raiders will make the playoffs. What a week this is going to be. Enjoy, everyone. Let's just go over it really, really quickly and go over to picks. Right, are you ready, everyone? Get your pen and paper. Come on now, because you got to know these things. Okay? The Chiefs beating the Broncos. The Cowboys over the Eagles. The Lions losing to the Green Bay Packers. The Colts winning and beating the Jags and making it into the playoffs. The Washington football team beating the Giants at home. The Vikings over the Bears. The Texans losing to the Titans. The Titans winning the number 1 seat in the NFL. The Ravens over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger's last game of his career. He'll lose. The Bengals over the Browns. Nikki's Niners, the 49ers. Yes. Beating the Rams and getting into the playoffs. The Buccaneers over the Panthers. Upset special of the week. The Seattle Seahawks over the Cardinals. Yes, the Seattle Seahawks beating the Cardinals in Arizona. The Patriots over the Dolphins. The Saints beating the Falcons. Unfortunately, they won't be going to the playoffs because the Indianapolis Colts will win. And then we have the New York Jets losing to the Buffalo Bills. And last but not least, Sunday night game, the last game of the day, of the week, of the whole entire season, goes down to this last final game between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Las Vegas Raiders. Raiders hosting in Las Vegas this game. They're both 9-7. Whoever wins this game gets to go into the playoffs. Huge, huge game. I've never seen the last game of the season this big. Ever. And I called the Raiders. Okay, people, have a fun one. I will see you at the wild card weekend. Okay, have a wonderful and safe. Get vaccinated. Stay away. Seriously, a lot of people going down. Omicron. A lot. A lot of my friends. I just been hibernating because I have still a cast on my hand. I had surgery on my left hand, and now it's in a cast, so I've been down. Actually, it's good because if I'm not, I might have been out. I don't think that much out, maybe to the gym or not. Probably to the gym more than anything. But right now, I can't do anything. So it's been fun. It's been a fun 18 weeks. Wow. I've been so blessed. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Go to thecalvindeanshow.com. Go to contact me. And for the playoffs, pick your team. And the guy who picks the first week, the first week, next week, if you pick the games, whoever wins the most will get a hat of their choice, like whatever team that they want. A hat from the NFLshop.com. Okay. You'll get that from the Calvin Dean Show. But you have to go to CalvinDeanShow.com, thecalvindeanshow.com. Right on the top, you can click Contact Us. Contact me. Give me your picks for the playoffs next week. Okay, that's next week. That next weekend. Tell me who's going to win. And then also you're going to have to give me points too. So because if we have a tie, I have to go on the points. So, and then leave your name and all that good stuff and your email so I can contact you if you win or not. And if you do win, we will send you out an amazing hat from the NFLshop.com of your favorite team. Okay? Fantastic. You have a wonderful, safe, happy new year, everyone. And I'll see you next week.